Number 13, 2024 Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 1LE. If you love old school muscle mixed with modern tech, the 2024 Camaro ZL1 1LE is right up your alley. It's the kind of car that makes you grin just looking at it. Aggressive stance, carbon fiber wing, and the promise of nearly 200 miles per hour at full tilt. Under the hood, a beastly 6.2-liter supercharged V8, pumping out 650 horsepower and 650 pound-foot of torque. You can row your own gears with a 6-speed manual or go lightning fast with a 10-speed auto. Either way, 0 to 60 happens in about 3.5 seconds, and the quarter mile flies by in 11.3. But is the 1LE just about straight line speed? Well, not exactly. The Extreme Track Performance packages adds DSSV dampers, stiff springs, fat Goodyear Eagle F1 tires, and enough aero to push 300 pounds of downforce at speed. Inside you get Recaro seats, a flat bottom wheel, and a performance data recorder to track your laps. At about $75,000, it's a performance bargain. And since Chevy's killing off the Camaro after 2024, this could be one of those future collectibles everyone wishes they bought. Number 12, 2023 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat Redeye Jailbreak. Moving on, if Dodge was going to say goodbye to the Charger, it wasn't going to whisper. It was going to yell loudly. The Redeye Jailbreak packs a supercharged 6.2-liter Hemi V8, making a ridiculous 807 horsepower, enough to shove this 4,600-pound sedan to 203 miles per hour, while seating 5 and holding groceries. It's good for 0 to 60 in about 3.5 seconds, and a quarter mile in 10.6. This wide-body stance, flared fenders, 20-inch wheels, and stickly Pirellis make it look as mean as it goes. Launch control, line lock, and torque reserve are all part of the show. Inside, you can go full luxury with leather, custom colors, and a killer sound system. Priced around $91,000, but often more. It's part of Dodge's Last Call series, basically a collectible mic drop before the EV era takes over. Number 11, 2004 Ford GT. Coming in at number 11, the 2004 Ford GT was Ford's love letter to the GT40. That embarrassed Ferrari in the 60s. Built for Ford's 100th anniversary, it had a mid-mounted supercharged 5.4-liter V8, making 549 horsepower and 500 pound-foot of torque. That meant 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, a 205 mile per hour top speed, and a quarter mile in just over 11 seconds. Under the skin, it used an aluminum space frame with carbon fiber body panels to keep weight to 3,485 pounds. The shape was pure 60s inspiration with modern tweaks for aero. Back then, it stickered at around $140,000 to $154,000, but prices skyrocketed. Now clean ones go for $400,000 plus, with only 4,038 built. It's a rare blend of racing heritage, modern performance, and timeless design. Number 10, 2013 to 2017 Dodge Viper GTS. But let's talk about another beast. The 5th gen Viper GTS was Dodge's middle finger to the driver aids and hand-holding. Under its endless hood sat an 8.4-liter naturally aspirated V10 with 640 horsepower and 600 pound-foot of torque, all going to the rear wheels through a 6-speed manual. No automatics, no excuses. It could hit 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, run the quarter in the mid-11s, and top out at 206 miles per hour. Weighing just 3,431 pounds thanks to its tubular steel frame and composite panels. It was surprisingly light for something so big. The 355mm wide rear Michelins look like they belonged on a drag car, while Brembo brakes and double wishbone suspension kept it sharp. Starting at $108,000 in 2017, it was a performance bargain, and special editions like the ACR became instant legends. The Viper's gone, but its bite still stings. Number 9, 2005 to 2019 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. At number 9, we have the ZR1, which has always been the no-compromise Corvette. And the C6 and C7 versions took that reputation to insane heights. The final CZ ZR1 launched in 2019, packed a supercharged 6.2-liter LT5 V8 with 755 horsepower and 715 pound-foot of torque. The most powerful engine ever in a frontline engine Corvette, it could hit 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds, run the quarter mile in the low 11s, and top out at over 210 miles per hour. What's wild is how refined it is for a track weapon. Magnetic ride control keeps it planted. Carbon ceramic brakes stop it on a dime. And the massive rear wing can crank out up to 950 pounds of downforce. The Michelin Pilot Sports Cup 2 tires are nearly race spec, and carbon fiber is everywhere to keep weight in check. Priced from $125K, it was still a bargain compared to European exotics. The ZR1 proves you don't need an Italian badge to play the supercar league. Sometimes all you need is American muscle, a blower, and some seriously clever engineering. Number 8. 2017 Ford GT. Taking the spotlight at number 8, the 2017 Ford GT is where racing heritage meets space-age technology. Unlike the old-school V8 of its 2004 predecessor, this one uses a twin-turbo 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6, the same type of tech Ford used in their LE Man's race cars. Don't let the smaller displacement fool you. It makes 647 horsepower and 550 pound-foot of torque, launching the GT to 60 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds and on to 216 miles per hour. The car weighs only 3,053 pounds thanks to its carbon fiber body and chassis. Every panel is designed for speed, with active aero that changes shape depending on what you're doing. The rear spoiler pops up, the front splitters adjust, and the whole car adapts to keep it planted. At $453,750, when new, it wasn't for everybody. And Ford only made $1,350 over 4 years. You couldn't just walk into a dealership to buy one either. You had to apply, prove you were a real Ford enthusiast, and agree not to flip it for quick profit. It's a modern masterpiece that honors the GT40 while rewriting the rulebook. Number 7. 2022 Hennessey Exorcist Camaro ZL1. Next up, the name says it all. The Hennessey Exorcist was built to drive out Dodge's demon. Starting with a Camaro ZL1, Hennessey rips into the 6.2-liter supercharged V8, swapping in a bigger blower, upgraded heads, custom cams, and beefed up internals. The result? 1,000 horsepower and 966 pound-foot of torque. That's supercar slaying territory. This thing hits 60 miles per hour in just 2.1 seconds, runs the quarter mile in 9.57 seconds and 147 miles per hour, and tops out at 217 miles per hour. Those are numbers you expect from million-dollar hypercars, not a muscle car with a back seat. The upgrades don't stop at the engine. You get a high-flow fuel system, long tube headers, high-flow cats, and serious cooling to keep temps in check. Hennessey only made 57 final edition cars in 2023, marking the Camaro's 57th anniversary. But what is the cost? Around $96K for a used base, ZL1 plus over $70K in Hennessey's upgrades. Pricey, sure, but you're buying one of the most ridiculous American street cars ever built, with a warranty to boot. Number 6. 2025 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. At number 6, the 2025 Corvette ZR1 takes the already wild mid-engine C8 platform and cranks it up to hypercar. It packs a 5.5-liter twin-turbo V8 with a flat plane crank, good for 1,064 horsepower and 828 pound-foot of torque. This is officially the most powerful production V8 ever made in America, and it screams all the way to 8,000 RPM. With the ZTK performance package, it does 0 to 60 in just 2.2 seconds, making it the quickest rear-wheel drive car and driver has ever tested. The quarter mile? 9.5 seconds at 149 miles per hour. Flat out, it'll do 233 miles per hour with over 1,200 pounds of downforce if you spec the carbon fiber aero kit. Cooling is a big deal at these speeds, so it gets roof-mounted turbo ducts, side brake coolers, and flow-through hood to keep things icy under pressure. Starting at 1,708K, fully loaded around 205K, it's still a bargain compared to European hypercars. This is America's latest performance king, and a reminder that Chevy isn't done rewriting the rules. Number 5. 2007 to 2009 SSC Ultimate Aero TT. But before Chevy claimed the crown, another homegrown monster once wore the title. The SSC Ultimate Aero TT used a heavily modified twin-turbo 6.3-liter V8 based on Chevy's LS6, making up to 1,287 horsepower and 1,106 pound-foot of torque. In 2007, it broke the Guinness record for fastest production car, hitting an average of 253.83 miles per hour, topping out at 257.11 miles per hour on one run. Later testing suggested the 2009 version could hit 273 miles per hour in the right conditions. It weighed just 2,756 pounds thanks to a carbon fiber body and lightweight chassis, giving it a crazy power-to-weight ratio of 917 horsepower per ton. That's why it could hit 60 miles per hour in 2.78 seconds and run the quarter mile in under 10 seconds. Only 24 were ever built, each costing under 500K, half the price of the Bugatti Veyron it dethroned. Today, they're worth way more, not just for the numbers, but for proving an American startup could take on and beat the best in the world. Number 4, 2011 Hennessey Venom GT. But now let's take a tiny featherweight Lotus Exige, stretch it, strengthen it, and then shove in a twin-turbo 7.0-liter V8, making 1,244 horsepower. That's the Hennessey Venom GT in a nutshell. Pure insanity with a license plate. Power goes to the rear wheels through a 6-speed manual, making 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds and 0 to 200 miles per hour in just 14.51 seconds. It hit 270.49 miles per hour at the Kennedy Space Center and even broke the Guinness record for reaching 300 kilometers per hour in just 13.63 seconds. Weighing only 2,743 pounds, it got a ridiculous power-to-weight ratio. Just 13 were ever built, starting at 950K and pushing past 1.4 million. It's not just a hypercar, it's proof that American horsepower and British agility can make one of the wildest cars ever. Number 3, 2000 to 2009 Saleen S7. But before America had cutting-edge level hypercars, we had the Saleen S7, our first proper mid-engine supercar. Steve Saleen wanted to go toe-to-toe with Europe's best, and he didn't mess around. The early naturally aspirated S7 had a hand-built 7.0-liter V8 making 550 horsepower, good for 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds and 220 miles per hour top speed. But in 2005, Saleen strapped on twin Garrett turbos, bumping output to 750 horsepower and dropping the 0 to 60 time to 2.8 seconds. Top speed jumped to 248 miles per hour, and with the competition package, some cars approached 1,000 horsepower and over 260 miles per hour in testing. All that speed was backed by serious aero. The carbon fiber body could generate its own weight and downforce at 160 miles per hour. It was pricey back then, starting near 400K and hitting 550K for the twin turbo, which limited sales. Today, you'll pay 400K to 800K if you can even find one. The S7 is more than a supercar. It's proof that an American company could dream big and deliver. Number 2, SSC Tuatara. And that same spirit didn't fade, it evolved. Enter the SSC Tuatara, America's moonshot. A hypercar built to dominate speed records under its sleek, low-slung carbon shell is a twin-turbo 5.9-liter V8, making 1,350 horsepower on pump gas, or 1,750 on E85, with an 8,800 RPM redline and a flat-plane crank. It's got an exotic soundtrack to match its performance. In 2022, it hit a verified 295 miles per hour, with earlier runs touching over 330 miles per hour in bursts. Its aerodynamics are razor sharp, with a drag coefficient of just 0.279, an active aero to keep it glued at any speed. The carbon monocoque keeps it light and rigid, while production numbers are tiny. Starting around 1.9 million, the Tuatara is a statement that America can still chase the crown of world's fastest. Number 1, Hennessey Venom F5. But there's one more contender that takes that ambition and cranks it to the extreme. If the Venom GT was a mad scientist's experiment, the Venom F5 is the fully realized masterpiece. Designed entirely in-house by Hennessey, it aims to smash the 300 miles per hour barrier while still carving up a track. The Fury engine, a bespoke twin-turbo 6.8-liter V8, makes 1,817 horsepower and 1,193 pound-foot of torque. Opt for the Evolution package and you're looking at 2,031 horsepower. Performance claims are wild. 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, 0 to 200 in just 12.8 seconds, 10.3 with the Evo, and a theoretical top speed north of 311 miles per hour. The carbon fiber chassis weighs only 190 pounds, yet is insanely rigid, and the whole car tips the scales at just under 3,000 pounds. Its aerodynamics strike a balance between low drag, 0.39 CD, and high speed stability with active aero for both road and track. Only 24 will be built, with half going to the US buyers. So how much will it set you back? Well, it's a 1.8 million before options. The Venom F5 is a statement that America still knows how to build the fastest cars on Earth. But which of these beasts would you take for one wild quarter-mile run? Or would you dare daily drive one? Drop your pick in the comments, and hey, if you've ever burned rubber in your dreams, smash that like button and subscribe before these cars leave you in a cloud of tire smoke.